son.
Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived the Darling family. Their oldest child was Wendy, and their sons were John and Michael. One night, their parents went out for a stroll in town. The children, who were home alone, had a great time playing games together. When they got tired and sleepy, their sister started telling them the story about Peter Pan.
Once upon a time, in far, faraway secret lands, there lived a child called Peter Pan.
They all fell asleep. Later on, Wendy woke up to a sound coming from the window. And what did she see? There was a child and a flying fairy in front of her. They were sitting on the windowsill, laughing at her.
Good evening! My name is Peter Pan. I'm the hero of the story you told your brothers. Even though you missed a few details, it was still a wonderful story.
And my name is Tinkerbell, but you can also call me Rattle. You can use whichever one you prefer. As you can see, I'm a little fairy girl.
Wow! So you're real! I'm very pleased to meet you.
Of course we're real, but we live in the secret country.
We're very close friends with Peter Pan. We've known each other for a long time. I have an idea. Peter Pan, let's take the children and go back to our country. What do you say?
Oh, what an adventure it would be! I love adventures. But you can fly, and us? Well, we don't have wings, and we can't fly.
Don't worry about that. Once I sprinkle some fairy dust on you, you'll be able to fly just like us. Wendy, who wanted to go on this adventure, woke her brothers up right away. John and Michael, who saw Peter Pan before them, were incredibly surprised.
Yes, I was also shocked when I saw them, kids. But Peter Pan and Tinkerbell from the story are real, and they are inviting us to their secret country.
What? A secret country? Where is it hidden? How can we get there? We have to go.
Let's go, sis. Please, please.
Come on, let's go. Wendy accepted joyfully. The minute Tinkerbell sprinkled fairy dust on the kids, they started hovering in the air. Shocked, all together they started flying out the window.
Woohoo! Cool! Look, John, we're flying!
Come on, we have a long way to go. After a long journey, they arrived at the secret country. In this country lived wild animals, Indians, fairies, and lost children. But also very dangerous pirates. The head of the pirates was Captain Hook. Captain Hook was Peter Pan's greatest enemy. The reason for this animosity was because of something that happened in the past. One day, Captain Hook had captured the princess of the Indians.
Huh?
In order to save this princess, Peter Pan fought Captain Hook. He cut one of his hands with a sword, and his hand fell into the sea. A crocodile ate it along with his wristwatch. Now the crocodile swam around making a tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock sound. So the crocodile was called Tick-Tock. To replace his missing hand, they replaced it with a hook, and that's how he became known as Captain Hook. Peter Pan and the children went to Peter Pan's house without being seen by Captain Hook. The captain always spied on everyone in the secret country, using his telescope, so they were careful and hid on the way. There were exactly 3 lost children in Peter Pan's home. They were also children that had been captured by Captain Hook and saved by Peter Pan. Right away, they surrounded Wendy.
Welcome. So does this mean that we're going to eat delicious food every day?
Do I have to do all the cooking just because I'm a girl?
But we...
Never mind. You're lucky I like cooking. Of course I'll do it. And I'll also tell you stories at night before you go to sleep.
Hooray!
Yippee! The children hugged Wendy happily. Wendy acted like their mother. She cooked delicious food, baked cakes, and told them stories before bedtime. They became really good friends with Peter Pan. They walked together in the forest and got to know each other better. But Tinker Bell was not so happy about this new friendship. She thought that Peter Pan had forgotten her and that he was neglecting her, so she was starting to get sick of Wendy. Wendy must go back home. Peter Pan is my friend. I'm the one that found him in the Lost Forest and brought him to our secret country. Now he spends time with Wendy instead of me. I need to find a solution to this. However, Wendy had no idea about this. Her only thought was to help everyone in the secret country. One day, while Peter Pan and Wendy were chatting, sitting on a rock in the secret country, Captain Hook was spying on them with his telescope.
Right there, it's Peter Pan, quick!
Everyone ran around the ship, firing, trying to shoot Peter Pan.
You idiots! Ah! Not me! You need to shoot Peter Pan!
Tinkerbell, take Wendy somewhere safe. I'm going to the pirate ship. This time it'll be your end, Mr. Hook.
Come on, Wendy, quick! Tinkerbell immediately made a plan and left Wendy on top of a cloud. She then went straight down next to the children. Hey kids, Peter Pan said there was a large bird on top of the clouds and that we should shoot it. At once, the children took their bows and shot their arrows towards the clouds.
Hey guys! Subscribe to our channel Kondo-san and watch the most popular fairy tales, cartoons, and nursery rhymes. Don't forget to click the bell for notifications.